Another Christian t-shirt store.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
All right, let's review it. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new here and we haven't met yet, what's up? My name's Kerry. I'm the founder of Shirt School, and I created this channel to bring you the best strategies, secrets, and hacks to grow your online t-shirt, apparel, or print-on-demand business. Today, we're reviewing another one of my students' t-shirt stores, and the store is called Prayer is Power. It's from my student, Travis. And Travis is doing a lot of incredible things right now, making a lot of progress, and also making a ton of sales. And so today I want to dive into what he's doing well and what he could improve upon by looking at his store. Before I dive into Travis's store, I want to talk a little bit about the Christian niche. I've talked about it before on the channel, and I'm not really a fan of building stores in the Christian niche. And I also reviewed another Christian store from one of our students a little while back. And so I want to talk real briefly about why I think the Christian niche kind of stinks. And the main reason, there's really only one reason. I think everybody is doing it wrong. They're doing it so cheesy. It's kind of like when you go to most churches, it's really cheesy. They're small, they're old, they're not, everything is kind of old school. Nothing is really modern. Nothing is, today's way of doing things. And obviously there are churches out there that are not like that, but it's kind of the same thing with these Christian apparel websites. It's all cheesy scriptures and things on t-shirts, and the designs are really bad. And I don't think that really works in today's world. There might be a small subset of the market that, appreciates those. And I'm sure there is, but I think that small market is super saturated, and there's a million places you can find, these funny or inspirational kind of cheesy Christian shirts. So today I want to talk about Travis's store called Prayer is Power and why he's doing it right, because I love what Travis is doing, and the success that Travis is having is really reflective of that. So looking at prayerispower.com, you're here on the homepage. We see his logo up here. He's got free shipping for orders over 50. We've got a pretty big banner. As we go down, we have a short little line about prayer. It says prayer changes things. Believe in the power of prayer. It will change your environment, or it will change you in your environment. Don't forget to pray. We've got a few of kind of our featured products, some of the best sellers there. And then we've got a little bit more about the brand, and he says to follow him on Instagram. So overall on the front page here, very, very clean design, nothing too crazy. There's not a lot of pop-ups. He does have an email pop-up that popped up earlier. It says the message, you know what it's about right up front. And so I think he's doing a great job here on the homepage. As I mentioned, Travis is having some success right now, both running ads and also with his organic social media. And I want to break down a little bit about what he's doing a little bit later in the video to bring in sales. But I want to talk about why his designs in his store work. What makes him different from all of the other Christian brands out there. And in my opinion, he's doing what I've taught on the channel before, exactly how I would do it. And he's taken some of those tips that I've given and really put them into practice here in his brand. So number one, he is speaking to a market that's a little bit different from maybe the general Christian market. He knows exactly who his customer is. He knows their ethnicity and their background. He knows their age. He probably knows their gender, all those kind of things. He's really got that dialed in here on his website. And that's apparent both in his designs and the messaging on his t-shirts and the kind of people he's showing across his social media and his website and his ads. We reviewed a Christian store a couple weeks ago from Lisa, and Lisa, although she has a Christian t-shirt store, she was targeting a completely different type of person. And so as a reminder, it's so important on your stores to know who your customer is and to speak to a certain subset of people, right? You want to have your age dialed in, maybe the location, the gender, the ethnicity. Those kind of things are very important when it comes to actually making sales, because we know if you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being nothing to no one. So identify your customer, be very specific. And that's one thing Travis is doing really well on his website. As we look at his designs page, you see just pray, dream big, pray bigger, expect greater. He's got a couple that say prayer is power, the name of his brand. And then he's also got one that says prayer works. You see a lot of different designs here, but the common theme across his designs is number one, prayer. They're all speaking to prayer. And that's a certain part of being a Christian and Christianity that he's really built a brand around, which is awesome. But he's also got a very powerful and strong message. He's not shying away from the fact that he believes in prayer and that he wants to speak to people who also believe in prayer, and he wants to get that message out. In my opinion, a lot of Christian t-shirt stores I see are not very bold with their messaging. They're not putting a message out there that really, kind of shocks you a little bit, kind of jumps you out of your seat when you see it on an ad or you see it on social media. And so I think Travis is doing a great job having a bold message that really gets people's attention with his designs. Another thing I want to point out down here at the bottom, you see that he's got social proof popping up on his webpage. He's got these little pop-ups, and I believe this is coming from Vitals, that show you when somebody makes a purchase, and it just it makes people want to buy more when they see that stuff popping up, right? Because they're seeing other people buying. There's a saying out there that people buy what people buy, right? When a bunch of people are buying, it makes you want to buy it more. And so by having this social proof down here, we see that this is an active store, that people are wearing these t-shirts, that people are buying these t-shirts, and it makes me want to buy a t-shirt myself. Do you want to learn how to build a successful store, much like Travis has done, but you have no idea how to get started? You don't know how to pick a niche. You don't know how to design. You don't know how to market. All those things can be difficult. If that sounds like you, I want to invite you to go watch our free 60-minute masterclass over at shirtschool.com. I'm going to give you a bunch of valuable info on how to get started. I'll show you some of our students who have had a lot of success, and then I'll give you an invite to join the Shirt School program, become part of the family, and build the business of your dreams. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, head over to shirtschool.com and give it a watch. Back to the content. As we look at the product page here, we can see the things that Travis is doing. He's got the big mock-up here. He's got a couple different colors. He's got one mock-up that's actually a lifestyle mock-up. And then he's got his product description over here. He says, when things get tough, remember, just pray. Then he's got some bullet points. And then he's got 3 reviews over here on his product page. So overall, I think he's got a pretty solid product page. One of the things I love about this website is it's so clean. There's not a lot of fluff. He's got the social proof down in the corner. But other than that, there's not a ton of things going on. And I think it's a really good experience on the website overall for the buyer. I want to take a quick look at Travis's Instagram, because he's told me recently that he's really having some success with Instagram and turning his Instagram followers and engagement into actual sales. So there's really one strategy that Travis has been doing here. I believe we kind of taught this to him a few weeks back. He's a part of our coaching program. As you look at his content here, you see something very interesting. It's something you should be taking advantage of, and that is Reels. You see these little icons up here. These are actually Reels that he is posting to his Instagram, and he's sprinkling in his t-shirts. And one of the things that we taught him to do was that he could repost other Reels in his niche that were getting views. And you could simply message or comment to the original creator and say, hey, I'd love to repost this. And that's an easy way to kind of tag onto a trend and get a bunch of traction yourself. And so he started reaching out to other accounts, Instagram accounts that were posting content that was getting traction and actually reposting some of their Reels. And so what I want to show you is right here on the Reels, he's actually got a Reel that's kind of went viral and kind of blown up. If we go down here, we see this one right here has 11.3 thousand views, but the one next to it, look at this, 299,000 views. He's got 15.7 thousand likes and 238 comments. That's pretty incredible. And even as we scroll down, we see a lot of other ones, 6,000, 4,000 views. These are an amount of views that can really get you some sales if you know how to work it. This one's got 13,000 views. So he's really finding some traction. This is awesome. And what he's doing to actually turn this engagement into sales is he's actually connecting and messaging these people that are liking and commenting on his posts and his Reels. And those people are turning from window shoppers into buyers. I've taught so many times, I teach it in our Search School program. I teach it here on the channel and in live streams, that in today's market, you have to be building relationships. People are looking for you as a company to build a relationship with them, provide value, and then ask for the sale. And that's exactly what Travis is doing here. And it's resulting in sales for his brand. So it's a huge tip for you out there with organic content. This doesn't require any ad money, but it can be so successful if you take advantage of it. Let's talk about a few things that Travis can improve upon. Now, overall, I think Travis is doing a phenomenal job, but I want to point out a few things I think he could improve. Here on the design of his website, overall, I think it's pretty good, but I'm not a big fan of this banner right here. I think it's really, really big, and it doesn't really do much in speaking about his brand. Now, the only thing I would say is it is showing his ideal customer here, but I think we should get a little bit more of the t-shirt, maybe a little bit smaller, or maybe something that just speaks about his brand a little bit more. I don't think it's terrible, but I'm not a big fan of that banner right there. As we look at the t-shirts, another thing we know is super important, and I do think Travis is doing a decent job of getting social proof out there, but another thing we know is super important are the reviews. Now, Travis has a few reviews. You see 3 here, 3 here, but I think if he could paste those reviews, even just taking those reviews that he has and putting them on all of his products, and then really making a concentrated effort to get a few more reviews, because he does have sales and does have quite a few customers, I think he could really get this website looking pretty crazy, like it's pretty busy, and have a lot of social proof if he just take probably an hour, a couple hours, really gathering a few more reviews, getting them pasted across his website. I also think that Travis should integrate his Instagram into his website here. Maybe on the front page, he could add his Instagram feed. If he could find an app to do that and really showcase the content that he's putting out, I think that could be really cool, because again, that's social proof. When people go to your website and they see that your Instagram is there and they see that you're getting a lot of engagement and views and followers on Instagram, that's another way that you can show that your brand is doing something, and that will make more people want to buy. On the product pages, one thing that we've found with Travis's customers is that most of them are males, and I think sometimes he's got some kind of funny color schemes with some of the designs. Now, again, this isn't a huge thing, but we found that lessening the number of options will actually increase sales. And so some of these, they are kind of funny color combos. The purple shirt might be a little bit funny. I've seen purple on a lot of this stuff. If we go to something like this, the pink shirt, the pink and green, not really an awesome color combo. I think Travis could probably work on this a little bit and reducing the number of options, which will increase conversions. And then also just working on some of the color schemes that he's got on some of his t-shirts. Now, overall, most of them look great. I'm being a little bit nitpicky, but I do think that's something he can improve upon. Another thing I think Travis could do that would probably create some more sales is adding in some more kind of obscure or different products. So I love Travis's message that he's got on all of these here, on all of his t-shirts. And that messaging would translate really well to maybe something like mugs or tumblers or even stickers. There's a lot of different products that Travis could probably be selling, and maybe some that are a little bit, on the lower price side that would be great add-ons to some of these items. Putting a message like "Just Pray" or "Prayer is Power" or "Prayer Works" on a mug, a sticker, something like that could increase his sales a lot. As you see right now, he's only got tees and hoodies, and he actually really doesn't have that many designs, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I think as Travis is starting to scale up, he's starting to see more sales, more engagement, building out a few more products, being very strategic in that, he could increase sales quite a bit. As we end this video today, I just have one more important thing that I want to make sure you know. Please like the video. It's really important. It helps us out. It takes literally like half a second just to click the like button. And then also consider subscribing to the channel. I think over 80% of our views are non-subscribers. So please subscribe, and also consider hitting the bell icon. That'll make sure you get notified when we release new videos. See you soon.